My name is Solange Guerrero, and I will be doing my TED Talk on corporate culture, or organizational culture, which is the value and behaviors that drive the social and psychological environment of a business. More and more frequently, with millennials coming into the workforce, corporate culture is becoming an important aspect in not only job hunting, but also company recruitment. 3 years ago, millennials surpassed Gen Xers in population of the workforce. However, we began entering the workforce during the Great Recession. And while employment rates have risen since then, unemployment rates still remain fairly high for those within the 25 and 29-year-old range. We currently live and were raised by an unstable economy and a highly competitive market. Corporate cultures affects us because we want to like not only the work we do, but the place we do said work in. If the corporate culture and values align themselves with that of the individual in question, your turnover will be lower as you will retain the talent that you hired. And while you don't need a strictly positive or encouraging culture to work well as a company, you cannot be a toxic culture. It has been proven that toxic cultures can be detrimental to the growth of the company. Wells Fargo was the face of a scandal of fraud a few years back, and Bethany McLean, a journalist for Vanity Fair, wrote on how it is the amount of pressure that the culture of the bank is shrouded in that drove many to committing fraud. Silicon Valley is infamously known for running its companies like a deranged frat house, which leaves women in these STEM and technology fields at risk of harassment or being diminished of credit. There is a systemic sexism and racism taking place in the famous Tech Hub, and while it has come forth with innovating and possibly genius works, it runs with mostly men in a community where they are seen as the gods they weren't in high school. It is a dangerous environment of childish immaturity and lack of emotional intelligence, mixed with genius creations giving them the okay to continue doing what they are doing. Other dangerous values to hold on to include fit in or fuck off, where you either force yourself to conform to the company's values or risk losing your job, or kiss up and kick down, where you are incredibly generous with your superiors but can be towing the line of abusive with those you supervise. Kick the cat is when you use your power as a superior in the workplace to harass, demean, or bully those below you. There's also the famous my way or the highway, where better ideas never come forward because of fear of retaliation by the person you offer it to. All of these things contribute to culture, and that culture not only affects your employment, but your consumers as well. For when customers see a fun loving, open environment, that it is possible to strengthen brand loyalty. It helps to build and strengthen your brand identity. Corporate cultures matter. It means that your company has some semblance of what emotional intelligence is and are aware of how it is a tool and not a hindrance. Thank you for coming to my TED.